Hello, 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 hello. Good evening, good afternoon, good night. I don't think it's. I don't know. It might be a good morning. Not sure, but ah, there's Miss Robinson. Let's see, Miss Robinson. I'm finna bring you on in just a second, okay? Um, let's see here. See if Miss Robinson can get this thing here. Trying to get my co-host on. What, Miss Robinson?
No, you did. No, you did.
How are
Hey,
you? How are
I-
you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, girl. I had to get my co-host on.
Great.
Had to bring
You
my
know I
co-host
was
on.
coming.
Huh?
Yeah. You know I was coming. How is everybody?
Hey, somebody's from New Mexico.
All
Are
right
you?
then.
Do you see the little feed like I see it, or?
Yes, I do. I see Bed on here. Regina's watching. You
Yeah, I
see
see.
Regina watching? What do you see the?
Yeah.
Okay.
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 All right. So the um the topic of the day, Miss Robinson, is something that a lot of I don't even I don't think you can consolidate it to it being um, patients with MS. You can actually say a lot of uncurable diseases, and including cancer, AIDS, and stuff like that. You come across this issue where you come back home, possibly from the doctor, or your spouse or your loved ones or whomever just might be at the doctor office with you. They get this same information of the doctor saying that, hey, you're not going to be the same anymore.
Right. Right.
And they sit and they're like, um, and if I'm looking this way, I'm looking at the computer screen at some information. So, uh,
Okay.
but there they state that, hey, I'm going to be there for you from the thick and thin, and all that. And after so many weeks, maybe a couple of months, they are different because you are different.
Completely.
Yeah, so that's our topic today. You're not the same anymore. I can't do it. And with it being Fears Friday, that means that this is something that we got to get past. We got to push through, right?
We got to get through it. We got to. The only way.
And okay, Paul says that they don't explain the depression. Um, that's totally correct that they don't explain the depression, and I think that's something that more doctors should look into doing. And how about you?
Yeah, but they're not going to do that. We're going to have to figure that out for ourselves. A lot of us, we're in the now when we get home. We're saying, like, this is not me.
Hmm.
But hey, we got to get through it any kind of way. We
Yeah.
got to say, you got to have people along with you saying, I'm with you. I will help you.
So
You know,
with that being said, do you think that is kind of you think it's kind of would it be a little bit smarter if you just go ahead and bite the bullet and say, hey, all right, I'm not that person anymore. This is who I am, and if you can't take it, you need to get the heck on.
no, no.
You don't think so?
You're going to have to have some, no. You're going to
Well, no,
have
no,
to have
no.
somebody along with you.
Well, no, what I was saying, if somebody was there that's reacting towards you not being the same, and they're treating you wrong, they're not helping you out, is it good to just go ahead and say, hey, you just need to go ahead and go? Or should you
We
stay?
can't do that. We should stay, LaRon. We should stay and say, I can do this.
Well, no, I'm
Okay?
talking about the person that
Because
doesn't treat you right. You can't
the
tell them to go?
yeah, oh yeah, they can go.
Okay, that's what I'm saying
Yes.
about
Okay.
the person that's treating you
Okay.
wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. The person that's treating you wrong should just go because they can't handle it. If they can't
Yes.
handle it, okay. All right. I got to deal with it
Yeah.
because it's
I
me.
I think
But
that's something that we battle with because we want that person to stay because we may feel that either if they leave, no one is going to accept the fact that we're who we are now, and
right.
we're not going to be loved and we're going to be alone. So we don't want to, we'd rather sit in that agony and pain and depression all day long rather than letting that person go.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. We're gonna have to deal with it. But
Yeah.
see, what it comes in, a lot of people are gonna be in denial. Even the ones that have MS. We're gonna be in now for at least from 6 months to a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe even longer than that.
Yeah, even longer than that. Until we accept that we got MS. We got to deal with it. Now, how would you handle it?
Well, I actually kind of went through the same. I kind of went through the same thing with my ex-wife. She unfortunately, she was going through a lot. She's not a bad person, but she had a lot of things going on where um, her attention wasn't um, her attention wasn't towards me. I I let me see. The first 4 years of me having MS was probably my worst. I was all the way down to a walker. Was about to get a wheelchair. But with me starting to take Tysabri, that actually changed everything for me to a degree where I actually don't have to use my walker or cane anymore. Now I ain't saying that I don't put it. I don't throw it away. It's in the closet.
Okay.
Yeah, cause you don't want to. You don't. I don't want to get too happy,
Right.
and then I get side swiped, and then I don't have my little friends anymore.
But see, you're doing good because you're walking well. There are
Yeah.
some of us who, well, see, when I first found out, I was walking good.
Uh huh.
No walker, no nothing. Okay. And then it got to the point I was acting as though I had had a stroke and
Okay.
had no stroke. Then I had to get a cane.
Okay.
Then I end up with a walker.
Okay.
And that's what I'm on. That's what I'm on now. But I'm not
Okay.
afraid and I'm not ashamed of it. Hey,
Exactly.
we got to go. We
Yeah.
got to go. Okay.
Now, did you happen to go? Did you happen to go through anything like that? Did anybody or any group of people start looking at you different?
No, they didn't. No, I tell you what. I didn't. I don't. I didn't realize it. Okay. I had to do
Okay.
what I had to do. It didn't matter.
It,
But see,
that's no. Go ahead.
and see, that's the point. A lot of us don't look at it like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And just like Brenda just stated that how, and me and you were just talking about it just a few minutes ago, how it impacts your job and your
Yeah.
relationship. And you know, some people say they understand, but they really don't, and then they start distancing themselves. And so that's great with um with you. We have to try to be optimistic about the whole situation.
We have to be.
And
We have to be.
let's see, Miss Linda, before I was diagnosed with MS, I I couldn't walk and lost um my
My
parents.
parents.
Um, well, Miss Linda, how how's everything now? Are you able to, you know, are you walking, or are you still in a situation where you can't walk? And while we're waiting for her to answer that, girl, you got a lot of clink clink going on in the background. What you doing, Miss Robinson?
Bling bling. I got that. MS don't stop you from looking good. All right.
You clicking clacking on a lot of stuff back there. You
There,
cooking?
there you go. Boo. Now, bling bling. All right, Ron. I got this. Shoot. We got to keep it going.
All right, so Miss Linda says I'm able to walk, and
Use a walker. Oh.
she use a walker. Okay. Um
Mm-hmm.
I another thing I think a lot of us um don't realize is that the is a lot of things that happen around us that we don't have control over, and having that strength to not allow it to make us depressed. I don't know if this is a word. Well, more depressed than what we are now, and that's with like losing a significant other or somebody important.
We're not going to use depressed, anxieties, or words like that. Because if we use those words, the more we're going to be depressed and have anxieties, okay? We're going to do what we have to do to fight this disease, all right?
You
Whether we got cancer, lupus, MS, we're going to fight it.
now
We're winning.
and Miss the ad with that Miss Brenda stated, MS changes you for the better, and that's something I can vouch for.
You're right.
It actually
It does.
it opened my eyes to a lot of things, especially to people. people,
You're right.
people.
Yeah,
I don't really think it sinks in on how we are the reason the world is what it is.
exactly.
And until we
Exactly.
say, hey, it doesn't have to be like this, in which we have a lot of people that are trying to make the world a better place, but the percentage of that is way off. It's too many people, one, that are hateful, hence the title, you know, you're not the same anymore, I can't do it, you know, people just leaving and walking out, where when we need them the most, and they don't understand how impactful that may be.
Hmm. They just
So
completely give up. Like Miss Brenda say, very blessed
yes,
and
you know,
have the faith. That's good, Miss Brenda. I like that. Friends with
Miss,
disability.
he was always friends with this. Well, you know what, I took care of someone, Linda, with with MS, which that was that that chain, the chain of events that came down to me being diagnosed was very funny. Um, 2004 for 4 years, which makes it all the way to 2008. I was not me from 2000 to 2005. I took care of somebody with MS, and I watched them go from walking real good to walking with a cane to using a walker to a wheelchair, with needing assistance with possibly getting into the wheelchair and getting out. And so it was something very it was a good experience for me. And I really never paid. If I would have known that I was gonna get diagnosed in the future, you know, um, that would have been so funny. But after those 4 years, 2005, I found out about my sister being diagnosed with MS, and then 5 to 6 years later, I get diagnosed. So I look. This is how I look at it now. As I'm a true believer of things happen for a reason. I don't know about you, Miss Robson.
I
Um,
am.
and
Faith.
so if it wasn't for me going through what I went through with her for those 4 years, I don't think I would have been as much as prepared as I was when I got diagnosed.
Right. Right. See, you was prepared and you knew what to look forward to, but you didn't never know that it was gonna hit you.
Yes,
Am I
and
right?
yes, yeah, you are right. Because when it hit me, it still, it still hit me because I had to step away from my job. My job couldn't the accommodation that I needed for my job at the time, which I had been with my job for 3 years. My first time being on a job as long as that, and I was so excited and stoked. I had to move to Atlanta. I was ready. I was finna get my thing on, and then everything fell through the cracks, and I'm like, excuse my French,
Okay.
damn, wow. It's
It slowed you down.
yeah.
Okay. But the
It's,
thing about it, I had a friend of mine who had MS when I came to Albany. But
uh-huh.
the thing about her, she had her own business and
Okay.
she was still up, running around and doing what she had to do. But when she first got MS, she was on a walker. She couldn't walk. She was in a wheelchair, but she was determined. Okay, MS wasn't gonna get her down. So when I found out about her, I said to myself, and I asked the Lord to help me. I was determined to. If I had to
Yes.
have a cane or a walker,
Yep.
I was determined. Okay,
And
and
that's
that's
what I
it.
and that's why I came up with most sexy. MS mean most sexy is because you who wants to have a cane, who wants to have a walker, who wants to be in a wheelchair because you don't want nobody looking at you wrong or somebody the opposite sex or whatever your flavor may be. Um, you might feel it. You might feel as though that person doesn't see you in a way that you want to be seen, but it's how you carry. It's all in how you carry yourself.
It's all in how you carry yourself. Cause when I go out with my cane, hey, I might hold that cane up and wave them. Hey, make sure they see me on my on my walker. I might stop that walker and say, "How you doing?" Hey, she said. Anyway, so anyway, Ron, we have to keep going on. That's my
Yeah.
daughter, Kimberly. Hey, Kim. Yes, yes.
Linda, I was blessed all the help I had took like 6 months after I was diagnosed. Miss Linda, I do apologize. I have MS, so it's kind of hard for me to understand some things. So that sentence there was I did not
Yeah.
really understand. I did not really understand it, so you might have to rewrite that one for me. That is my excuse for
But
not
Miss
understanding that sentence. Um, well,
but
and
Miss London, it's gonna excuse me, Ron.
Uh-huh.
Miss Linda, it's gonna be all right. You can do this. I know if
Okay.
Ron and I can do it, you can do it. Whether you got friends or not. Maybe some of the family's gonna help, maybe not. You say, the heck, you're gonna get out of the bed anyway.
Yep. And even if you can't get out of the bed, think it in your mind. You know,
Put it in there.
sometimes you
That's
have,
right.
sometimes you have to close your eyes and even fantasize something good in order for you to have a great day, because things just don't happen the way that you always want it to happen.
No,
And
no.
and and so I I tell a lot of folks that say, hey, I can barely do this and I can barely do that. Well, take that barely and still go ahead and try and do what you can do, and don't
Go
you
ahead.
know don't quit. And I
No.
I can vouch for that as well. I've quit a lot in my life, and so, and which has allowed me to learn that it, quitting is not the answer.
But do what you can.
Yeah, quitting is not the answer,
No.
because it doesn't do anything but add more stress onto a situation that you don't need to be stressful in. So
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
um, I know that there is a lot of people on here that are listening, and a lot of people that have stories. And I haven't seen a story that posted up in this little feed yet, or seen anybody saying that, you know what, I want to get on and tell my story, because it would be very great to have
Yeah. Let us know
how they,
about it.
huh?
I said
Yeah,
testimony. Let us know about it.
it's testimony. Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. I
that's
have
right.
become a walking testimony.
There you go. Love it, Miss Brenda. Loaded with steroids to keep you going. That's it. That's what we have to do sometimes. Sometimes the MS medicine don't work. Load it with steroids, and it'll pick them feet up. Let's go.
Ah, I really, I just don't like it because it makes me Miss Brenda. Not a good hair day. Go put a go put what is it, that the a bunnet or something on. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I understand, because I was looking in the camera and I was like, man, I need to
Now, Miss
I need
Brenda,
to do something.
we had those sometimes, Miss Brenda. I understand. I
You
do
know, Miss
understand.
Miss Brenda, everybody don't have that perfect afro like Miss Robinson over there.
That's all. Them wrong. That leave that alone now. It's all right.
Oh,
Look at my daughter. My daughter say, "How about that hat?" All right now. All right, Kim.
oh, well, a bonnet, yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
that's fine. Go
I
out.
don't know.
Str-
Uh,
Stretch your stomach.
what else can y'all put on? A bonnet?
Wrong,
Go ahead. A
wrong,
bonnet?
wrong.
Wait, hold on. What is a bonnet?
Uh-huh.
What is a
Wrong.
bonnet? Huh?
A rabbit hat.
Oh.
Miss Brenda, he trying to mess with us. You see that, don't you? Mhm. Put your bonnet on, Miss Brenda. Don't worry what LaRon say. That's all right.
But I post the preview poster in about 80 groups,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm pretty sure they're gonna like listening to the video when I post it. in the groups, but it would have been nice to, because it was a lot of people that came across and stated that they're going through this right now, and so it would
Right.
have been great to have someone to come on and explain. Um,
Yeah.
uh,
Chantel was on. Where did she go?
mm,
She came on to say hello and then she left us.
well, she might be still on. It just she just hasn't said anything. Maybe I'm not
Okay,
sure.
Chantel.
um, I actually spoke with someone years ago, and this is sad.
Mhm.
Um,
There she go.
this hey, okay, Miss Chantel. Well, Miss, that's that. Me and Miss Chantel go way back. That's I love her to death. Um,
Okay.
the the person that I spoke to, bless his soul. I hope he's okay. Um, I'm I'm not a. I'm more of a facial person. I
Yeah.
have the names is I would mess and
You got
don't
to
get
see
mad
him.
at me. Yeah, I gotta see him. I gotta see him in order for it to register, or I have to be in contact with the name for a long period of time. And so, but this nice gentleman had to move out of his house and move on above his garage.
Really?
And yeah, and it was because his family changed. His family
Oh,
was totally different towards. I don't know how they're doing now, um, but he started doing better once he moved out of the chaos of, and it went all the way down to his kids. His kids were they wasn't like old. They were in school. So and that's my thing. Um, it can get all the way down to the whole family where the kids are not accepting the fact that dad or mom can't play anymore, is not working, can't get out of the bed, can't barely talk, no cooking.
yeah.
And
Can't do too
so
much of anything.
and so they look at that and it's like it's for 9, 10, 13, or however long I've been knowing my parent or my
Yeah.
friend, they've never been like this, so I can't handle
Yeah. Yeah. What's
it.
wrong? Hey, Cheryl.
So,
That's
you
my
see,
friend right there. You see her?
you see a Cheryl?
Cheryl Hoggebrook. Cheryl Hoggebrook.
Wait, hold on. I don't see a Cheryl. Oh, you know
Yes,
what?
yes, yes. Good.
Cheryl might Cheryl might be on yours.
Yeah,
Wait,
Cheryl,
hold
mine.
on.
Yeah. You
Where is
can't you
she?
can't see Cheryl.
I can't. No, I
Mm-mm.
can't see. I can't see a Cheryl.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I
Let me
got.
see Cheryl.
I don't see no Cheryl.
Yeah.
You might. I don't know. I don't. You know what? I actually really don't know how this works. As in, with you being on, I don't know if you're seeing people that I might not be seeing.
She's one of my friends, not your friend, so you can't see her. Yes,
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Now
Well,
I got Regina on here telling me that, so
ah,
I got you tonight. Hey Deborah, see that's
well,
another one of my friends. There
yeah.
go Deborah. Hey Deborah.
Well, see, I'm starting to feel a certain way because I can't see all these lovely people.
Yeah, you can't see him. Yeah. I got you tonight. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, if they're
Oh
able to
yeah.
hear me, well, hello everybody that I can't see, and Miss Robinson just being stingy and taking everybody.
That's all right. We got this though. You know we're
Well,
gonna
Miss Brent,
share. I'm gonna send it to you.
well, Miss Brenda said she just left a relationship due to due to what we was talking about. See,
Right.
it made her better, and
See,
that's
there
that thing.
see,
You
see?
have to get rid of. You got to get rid of that bad stuff.
You got to let it go. Let it go, Miss Brother. Yeah,
Wait,
we
did you
will
just say
have some
Deborah?
therapy. Yeah,
You
I just
said
said
Deborah.
Deborah. You see
Now
Deborah,
I see Deborah.
but
Now, hey, Deborah.
Deborah tell him run, hey, so he won't feel left out. Okay, that's all right. Yes, but brother, that will happen, brother. That you will get out of a relationship. All because, but the side effects we never know when they're gonna come on. You know what, LaRon? We talked about that today also. You know that?
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
yep. How us taking these medications that
Yeah.
are supposed to help us, they
Mm-hmm.
destroy other things.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
which
who had them, and then they knew how to take care of it.
yeah,
Brother, throw it on, girl, and get strutting. Mm-mm. Don't worry about that.
yeah. That's I don't. It's just so strange that we're so smart. Um, we're way beyond a lot of things that I feel that we're not supposed to be. But it is just so weird that it hasn't I that it hasn't been a any medication that we've cooked in the kitchen that didn't have a side effect.
No, no,
And
no whatsoever.
I well, okay, and just like the conversation that I had about the weed, there are side effects with weed, with certain weeds, and we talked about that. You have some that really make you loopy. Then you
Mm-hmm.
have some that really don't give you that actual loopiness of a side effect. You know, you might have a high and whatnot, but and that's when you have to do your um investigating and looking into things, and I think that's something that we fail to do. We're so quick with going ahead and jumping into something.
Yeah, but the best thing about it, even with the doctor prescription, we need to research. Okay.
Yeah, that's the word,
Hey,
research.
or either Google. Tell Google, let us know what's going on with this right here. Okay. Google research. We got to know.
so
We got to know, Laron.
uh
Yeah.
so you basically to kind of sum it up in the sense of someone not being able to handle it, and the best answer for that, and I'm just it's going to be very blunt, might it might not be something that you're all wanting to hear, but don't prolong, don't keep pushing something that you're in a situation where you're having problems that
Right.
need to be addressed
Right.
medically, that Miss Robinson,
Mhm.
I had to look at that, and I'm like, are you trying to set me up? I'm like, why you put that?
LeBron, I'm putting it on you, okay? You know, you wait, LeBron,
is hey
keep on
is
talking. I
that
hear you.
is that a is that a commercial?
Now,
We're gonna
yeah,
take that.
that this is a commercial, okay?
We're gonna take that
We
as a
go on commercial.
commercial.
You know about this now, okay? Don't you
I
know about that?
Yeah, I had to look at that. I was like, what is he doing? But then I started reading it, and so I
Okay.
saw. Uh, but yeah, it's gonna be very blunt, and that it's gonna hurt. But you can't allow yourself to get caught up in something so, and I'm gonna have to use the word, Miss Robinson, so depressing and so stressful
Okay.
that it I, and sad. It's a sad situation because there are
It is.
MS warriors that have lost their lives due to this because
Yeah.
they couldn't take the fact that their partner, their spouse, or even their surrounded family members don't, care about them like they think they
But see,
should. And,
they didn't have anyone to talk to. The doctor wouldn't explain anything to them. Family members didn't know very much about it. So,
yep.
they didn't know what to say. So what they would do was just leave it alone.
Well, and that's why that's why I, that's why I'm doing what I'm doing now. Is
Right.
because I'm really, I'm really wanting to push the fact that
Hmm.
we're out here, and I know there. And that's another thing. I come across someone that was very nice, and she couldn't, she couldn't disclose that she had MS because for a job that she had for 20 plus years, she'll lose it.
Oh my
And
God.
yeah, see, that's the sad thing. Goes right back to it again.
Uh-huh.
You're not the same anymore, and I can't do it. I don't feel that that should be held over your head. Um,
Right.
and Hey, Miss Jackie, I'm sorry you said hello to me and I didn't say anything. I do apologize. Um,
Hey, Jack.
they and we talked about that as well earlier before we got on about how every job that I've come across so far, they have a recommendation available for disabled people, and that's something to look into. If
We do. But see, a lot of places like that, they want to pump them up with a lot of medicine instead of talk to them. They don't have the time to sit down and talk to them and explain to them and ask the person what's wrong with them. See, I can talk to you or you can talk to me, and
mm,
we know what's going on with each other. Either I can talk to my family member. They understand what's going on with me. So, but a lot of people don't have that.
and
So,
I guess that's why I throw myself out there. I try to be
right.
available as much as I can, uh, and don't don't crucify me, guys, or anything. But I try. I was just one person, and it's a millions of y'all. It's millions of y'all.
But see, but before you came, I was trying by myself.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you came along. So, a lot of stuff, I will put on you.
You know what? And I don't mind. I don't mind because I feel before long is going to be other people that are going to go ahead and come out of their shell and realize that
Yeah.
it, us sitting us sitting down and being quiet and saying that maybe somebody will come along, which I guess that is me, you coming along, but somebody had to do me the same way. Like I posted the nice MS warrior that sent me a video, didn't know me from tick to tack. They saw how I was posting like little inspirational things, and I ended up having a bad relapse, and I was in the hospital on my birthday. Actually, yeah, I was on my birthday.
Real. Were you?
Yeah, I was in
Not
the
this year.
hospital. What 2000, 2014, maybe 15. I was in Phoebe Putney, and they sent me a video, and it was so touching, and I felt the love and everything, and I was like, it was meant for me to see this. And from
Okay,
that point,
okay.
from
You
that,
know what?
what's up?
I haven't been in the hospital since I had MS.
Really?
And I am so blessed. I am so blessed. No, I'm telling you. And that's been ever since 2003. And you know where that come from. Okay.
Really?
For real. For real. No, you didn't. No, you
Oh no,
didn't.
sir. I'm
I'm telling you, Ron. That's it.
yeah, I, 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 I can't say that. Especially the first 4 to 5 years. Um, I've, I've passed out maybe 3 times. One to the point where I was in the, I was in behavioral health, and oh my God, and we talked about this earlier. All right, so
Hey, Ann.
people have a tendency of not understanding that when we're taking some of these medications, it can not even it can do far worse side effects with making you loopy than weed. And I was having an argument with my ex-wife, and I was basically texting and letting her know that, you know what, I can't do it anymore. I'm done. I, I'm gone. And so she rushes home from work, and she thinks that I didn't try to kill myself. And so I ended up going. I ended up going to the emergency room. They talked to me. They asked me about that famous word of depression, and yeah, I'm depressed and all that. But they look at my text messages and stuff. I'm like, I didn't. That's not what I meant. I didn't mean that in that way. You know,
Okay.
you're
Okay.
taking it wrong. But they end up putting me. End up sending me somewhere. Um, it was a weird experience. Um,
Mhm.
I'm gonna let you know. I've seen these
Hey,
type of places
Alex.
on TV a lot, and I didn't expect for it to be as real as it was. And I had, hey Luke, you know what? Matter of fact, uh, 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 Luke, it's so funny that you popped on because I'm talking about me and how me and you met. Um, I was on the side of in the facility where they really ain't give up. They really didn't, and so I'm on medication. I'm needing my medication, and
Uh-huh.
it was around by the time where my pain level was like way past 10. Um, it was it
Right.
was it was horrible, and my blood pressure was reaching up to like over went over into 200s, and I'm letting them know that I need my medication. That's what's wrong with me. My body is hurting extremely bad. I need my
Mhm.
medication, and they're like, "No, that's not
Hey,
right. You know
Karen.
that um that don't seem right." So it was so crazy, but I found out that a lot of people are misunderstood, especially in a situation like ours, and um, they deem us as being crazy.
Yeah. Yes.
And
It will take over.
yeah,
And you know what? I did go to the emergency room a couple of times. And you know what I ended up telling the doctor?
what?
The doctor came in to see me. And I don't know whether I was having headaches or what was going on. And I told the doctor, I said, you might think I'm crazy. I said, but I'm having something like electric shots in my head. I don't know what electric shots are, okay? But I told him I was having some like electric shock in my head. And he said, no, I have heard that before. And then I went to the emergency room one time and I told him I was having spasm. And the doctor had the nerve to tell me he didn't know what to do. He said, well, what do you want me to do? And my daughter looked at him and she said, are you serious? You're the one have MD behind your name. You don't know what to do? And he gave me a pain pill and sent me home. And you know,
Yeah.
I came home and just started taking my medication, okay? I
Yeah,
didn't
that
need it.
sounds
I said, no,
that sounds
I'm
that
serious. I couldn't do it.
that sounds about right.
Yeah, yeah.
That sounds
And a
about
lot of
right.
this medication that the doctors put us on, I got some medication here that I'm supposed to be taking one in the morning, two at noon, and two at night. But you know what? I broke it down. I only take it twice a day.
You know, take it twice a day.
I don't do it all. I only take it twice a day because it makes me drowsy. I don't like the way it makes me feel.
I can understand
No.
that. I had to
Mm-hmm.
do that myself. I actually I've taken myself off of uh, a lot of medication. Uh, don't tell
Mm-hmm.
nobody. Don't tell my doctor.
Oh, no,
But
no, no,
no.
no. And don't you tell mine. And you know
Yeah.
I about look. And you know
Uh,
she'll be here in April, so don't you tell her.
well, I'm actually gonna tell her. I'm gonna tell her about mine. I'm gonna tell her, hey, this is you need to take me off of all of this because I done took myself off of it.
Oh, she gonna
And
have a fit.
well, you know what? To be honest, before I left and went to Mississippi, uh, which anybody that's not living there, which if you are living there, you probably understand when I tell other people that if you're gonna go straight through. Um, but before I left, she actually had gotten me down to where I was just basically taking Blackafin, Lyrica, and my blood pressure medicine. And as soon as I left from from her supervision, I probably tacked on
Mm-hmm.
about 10 more medications. And I knew a lot came on because I was very extremely stressful. But um yeah, I as soon as I got back here, I looking at all of it and just getting tired of possibly taking 15 pills a day.
Okay now.
and
Okay.
and
Couldn't
you feel
do it.
like it ain't
Mm-mm.
and you feel like it ain't solving anything.
Wouldn't stop it. Nothing but making me crazy. I go to the
E-
door, I'm wobbling. Okay. No.
exactly. And
And you
you
know
know
what?
what?
One time, the first time I went to Atlanta, do you know what she told me?
What that?
She said, you look just sleepy. I started to say, if you look at all this medication y'all got me on, you'll be sleepy too.
But you know what? If me, I don't know how I don't know you guys' relationship, but I know that I think the only thing that she was really focused on with me, medication wise, was Blackfen. I'm taking 60 milligrams of Blackfen. I'm to the point where if I have to take any more spasm medication, I'm gonna have to get a pump. But I don't. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'm gonna get. I don't think I'm gonna get that far. I actually really think it all comes down to us taking care of ourselves, and which hence again goes right back
Why is it going on
to to the title about you're not the same anymore, and I can't do it. Um, we got to stop focusing on the people that we can't control.
Right. You can do it. Ain't no such thing as you can't do it, because in
Well, no,
every
I'm talking about
CANT, there's a CAN.
well, no, the I can't do it. That's the other person saying that they can't take the fact that you're sick with MS and I can't do it, and so I'm leaving. And we can't
Yeah.
control those people. We can't control what another person can't can do. So that's when we have to believe in ourselves and love oneself.
But the thing about it, it makes us stronger, and I'm hoping that it will make them stronger also in the long run, because I'm hoping that they, I'm hoping if they say, if you can do it, I can do it. Okay,
Yeah,
and
but you don't have that.
we're gonna keep trying. We're gonna keep trying.
Yeah,
That they're gonna get it though.
yeah,
What to
yeah.
see?
I think if we post it and drill it in the heads, or possibly even go to the house and knock on the door and say you can do it, maybe that'll work. Do some door calls. You think that'll work?
Yep, we can do that. We can do that. Go and talk to them.
All right, Miss Chantel.
Do
Good
it.
night.
Good night, Chantel. Thanks for the comment. Stopping by. Ring the doorbell next time, Chantel.
Well, Miss Robinson, do you have any extra things that you want to say? We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. I did not know that we were hitting on an hour. That's what happens when you're having a good time, right?
Exactly. Okay, you know we have an MS walk April the 14th.
So that's anybody
So
that's in Albany, Georgia, that's hearing Miss Robinson. We're having an MS walk on April 14th, correct?
correct. And the
Okay.
telephone number for
All
them to
right.
call.
And if you have MS, or even if you don't have MS and you're wanting to support the cause,